If you are looking for a guaranteed drive-through wildlife exhibit where animals are practically waiting by the road, cross Manas National Park off your list right now. This is raw, unscripted wilderness. This map shows exactly what we're dealing with. Manas covers 950 square kilometers of the Himalayan foothills in Assam, and it doesn't stop at the international border. It spills right over into Bhutan, creating a massive transboundary biosphere. For decades, that massive footprint was a vulnerability. Heavy poaching during years of regional unrest severely depleted the native wildlife populations. But today, you're looking at a completely different landscape. The ecosystem is in an aggressive recovery phase, punctuated by a highly successful rhino reintroduction program in 2020. Visiting Manas means watching a fractured ecosystem actively knit itself back together. To appreciate that, you have to trade the expectation of guaranteed megafauna for the thrill of active, patient observation. The sheer size of Manas creates an immediate logistical problem. The park is split into 3 completely distinct operational zones: Bansbari, Bwayanpara, and Panbari. Most travelers make the mistake of booking a generic mono safari without specifying the range. When you leave your itinerary up to chance, you almost guarantee you will miss the specific wildlife you actually traveled to see. This flowchart breaks down the decision, filtering your options by 3 priorities: guaranteed megafauna, rare birds, or transboundary adventure. Each goal maps directly to a different geographical range and requires a completely different level of physical endurance. Your trip succeeds or fails right here at the booking stage. You have to match your personal wildlife checklist to the correct geographic zone before you ever step foot in a jeep. We will start with Bansbari, the central hub of Manas. If you want easy logistics and a highly developed hotel infrastructure right outside the gate, this is where you go. The primary payoff here is density. Bansbari offers immediate access to the highest concentration of large mammals in the park, specifically massive herds of Indian Gaur and Asian elephants. It is also the most reliable zone to find the enormous Asiatic water buffalo grazing right through the wet grasslands. But convenience comes with a cost. Because it is the easiest range to access, Bansbari absorbs the absolute highest volume of tourist jeeps. The safari experience here often feels quite congested during peak hours. Bansbari is also the starting point for the coveted full-day safari, a marathon route that pushes deep into the wilderness toward Matanguri. This involves a grueling 40-kilometer drive up the rugged terrain, crossing the Beki River, and eventually crossing the international border to enter Royal Manas National Park in Bhutan. Choosing Bansbari is a straightforward trade. You accept heavier crowds on the trails, and in return, you get logistical convenience and the absolute highest probability of seeing large mammals. Over in the east is the Bhutanpara Range. The environment here strips away the dense forest canopy, replacing it with vast, flat, wide-open grasslands. This expansive terrain gives you clear, long-distance sightlines, making it uniquely suited for spotting massive, undisturbed elephant herds moving across the plains. But Bhutanpara's ultimate draw is highly specialized. It currently holds the highest concentration of the critically endangered Bengal Florican bird. Because of this, along with a dense population of other rare avian species, the Eastern Range operates as a globally recognized hotspot for serious birdwatchers. The trade-off here is patience. Because the grasslands are so expansive, the wildlife is spread thin. You will definitely have fewer total encounters than you would in the Central Zone. Bhutanpara is a specialized ecosystem. It is built for travelers who value quiet observation and the chance to spot a single rare species over rapid-fire sequences of megafauna. But what truly separates Manas from the rest of the subcontinent is its impressive roster of globally exclusive endemic species. The premier target that draws researchers and photographers from around the world is the golden langur, found almost nowhere else on Earth. It shares the park with the rest of the Manas Big Four: the pygmy hog, the hispid hare, and the Assam roofed turtle. Let's be realistic about finding them. These endemics are incredibly elusive. Spotting them requires active, dedicated tracking on foot or slow, deliberate searching. You are highly unlikely to see them casually from the back of a moving jeep. That brings us to the most common expectation travelers bring to India: tigers and leopards. Manas is a tiger reserve, but the environment works against you. The incredibly tall elephant grass and dense, thick foliage turn big cats completely into ghosts. They can be standing 10 feet from your vehicle and remain entirely invisible. If you go to Manas solely to check a tiger sighting off your bucket list, you are practically guaranteeing your own disappointment. Manas demands a shift in mindset. The prestige of this park lies in tracking down highly specialized, incredibly rare life forms, rather than treating it as a reliable viewing gallery. This matrix definitively maps traveler types to their ideal itinerary. If you are the classic tourist, looking for straightforward logistics, half-day safaris, and excellent odds of seeing large mammals, you lock in your stay around the Bansbari Range. If you are a serious birder or photographer, chasing the Bengal Florican, aiming for perfect golden hour light, and willing to trade high encounter rates to avoid the crowds, you book Buyanpara. And if you are the completist explorer, willing to endure a grueling 10-hour physical ride for the sheer scale of a transboundary Bhutan adventure, you take the full-day Matangori route. Identifying which of these three profiles you fit is the only reliable way to ensure your booking actually delivers the trip you have in your head. Choosing Manas National Park over other high-density alternatives is an intentional investment in patience and a return to authentic wilderness. It offers a deeply rewarding, quiet experience that you simply cannot find in the crowded, fast-paced commercial safaris dominating the rest of the region. Navigating the complexities of these specific ranges and safari bookings is exactly why we built Disha Er Khoje, to serve as your premier curation resource. Stop guessing with your travel plans. Use this framework, reach out to our team, and build the itinerary that delivers your exact definition of adventure.